What's going on? So one of the best things to watch on Undisputed is when Paul Pierce gives takes, because Paul Pierce is the only real reason to watch the show. I like Rachel Nichols, okay, but Keyshawn, Richard Sherman, no. And Skip Bayless, you know you got to go after messing up with Shannon Sharp. But Paul Pierce went in on Jalen Brunson um, because he questioned him for leaving $113 million on the table. Brunson signed a contract extension, but he basically gave back $113 million. And Pierce says, you don't do that. There's no guarantee you will win a championship, and your agent. And I agree with Paul Pierce. Now, LeBron James all talk about he gonna take a discount. His discount's like a couple million. You can't leave hundreds of millions of dollars. Let me let Jalen Brunson on a secret. I like Jalen Brunson. You can make a case. You can say he's one of the 12 best players going today. And you could say maybe in the 7 to 9 range. Yeah. If he gets past the second round, Julius Randle comes back and what they got, they could be my sleeper team to come out the East next year, get to the finals. I believe it. I like Brunson a lot, and the why him and Luka didn't really work out in Dallas is amazing, because what he's come to New York, he's been a revelation. But let me tell you why I side with Paul Pierce, and it ain't for the reasons that he's gonna say get your money, which you should get your money, because believe me, like Paul Pierce says, let's say giving you free rent or free food or chauffeuring you around with an Uber driver or hooking you up, and New York is expensive, you better get your bag. But the reason why I are coming at Jalen Brunson like this is the main reason is this. James Dolan is smug, arrogant, despised, and I think he's a bigot, and I got issue with him. No one was trying to break the Knicks to go play for the Knicks. You know, when I always say the acronym Negroes be acting to describe the NBA, that's exactly what it was. My hope was that if LeBron James had actually had a spine, he wasn't so predictable and formulated, he'd lead the Lakers, come to the Knicks, tell Dolan to give him part ownership. And if you brought Bronny in as an assistant GM or assistant coach or something, I'd say cool. Make that real nepotism. Have a stake in something. Because to me, Jalen Brunson, Porzingis went off, and he wasn't meant to be a star, but he was a good pick by Phil Jackson. But if you think about it, yes, they got Carmelo Anthony. But ever since the whole thing with James Dolan and Charles Oakley, and though I'm not always big on Charles Oakley, no black man should ever be dragged out of a building like that, especially when he contributed to that team. That just was insulting and embarrassing. But anyway, James Dolan, and he gives me Trump type vibes. So that's problematic too. But that's for another video, another story. They're not attracting a whole lot of people to come there. Oh yeah, you always get the usual corn phrase, the mecca of the NBA. You want to do great in New York and all that. You get all about but no one wants to play there because of James Dolan. You get Robert Saver out the NBA, Donald Sterling out the NBA. This Buster's got to be on the next list. He's deplorable. And I believe Jalen Brunson was a flash of like, oh wow, you actually could have a great talent and play in there. Because they haven't been attracting nothing before Brunson got there. And he's really covering the flawness and the embarrassment that's James Dolan. The other owners that come to mind that to me that are off their rocker as Dolan is Robert Irsay, the Indianapolis Colts owner. Oh yeah, I be watching these owners, the things they say, their political affiliations and their agendas and how. But the one thing about the NBA, people do stay loyal, and meaning you don't get attract certain tiers of free agents if you do said players funny and janky. I'm just saying because the Bulls can't attract a top tier free agent. The Miami Heat really haven't attracted a top. Jimmy Butler's very good, but I'm talking about attract a top tier post LeBron and that whole fiasco how Dwayne Wade got treated, underpaid. You know how that turned out, and how he ends up with part ownership in Utah and now with that. See, you got to look at how people run these businesses, and one thing you notice is how it goes on. I will be very surprised if any top tier player ever goes to the Brooklyn Nets again. I'm talking about a top 5 so player after what happened with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and Harden, but especially with Kyrie and Durant, especially how Kyrie got treated. I'd be very surprised. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this thing is deeper. Don't leave no money off the table. I like Brunson a lot. And I do think that with the right, if Julius Randle get himself together and they get another piece, because they need another piece. They missing one more. They did get Bridget. That's a good piece, but they need one more little kick off the bench or something. And as long as Thibodeau don't run the bodies down to the ground, because that's the elephant in the room like he did Derrick Rose, don't wreck it again. You had one diamond, you know. Tibbs, learn from Skip Bayless. Don't blow it, because you don't get diamonds in the rug twice. Usually you get one. Don't blow this one with Jalen. But I hope in Jalen is cool in his skin that he, that it bounces out, but you don't leave that kind of bread on the table. And before somebody comes at me about Tim Duncan and Tom Brady, they won rings, though, when they did it. And they had the cast that came there. Because the people that they brought in their respective teams were the core. This is different. The Knicks ain't won nothing in 50 years. They've been to 2 finals, and the last time was 99, and they went 94. Not exactly a hotbed for bringing in even runner-up or being a threat. So they're not the 90s version. They're just on the path to getting back to credibility again, and they got an owner which a lot of people don't want to avoid like the plague. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like. Please join the membership. If you donate, I will get your videos on. I will definitely interact. The best is yet to come. Stay safe. Stay blessed. I got you. Peace.